If you want to play football again, but you have a knee injury, today I will be taking you through the framework that has helped over 100 people return to football without re-injury after injuring their knee. This is the same framework that helped me recover from a snapped kneecap, meniscus damage, ACL damage, tendon damage, and cartilage damage as well. 5 years of chronic knee pain that was all solved using this framework, which I will show you today. And we have seen over and over again that there's 4 stages that people need to go through in order to not just return to sport, but to return to sport 150% and stay in their sport for the rest of their life without getting re-injured. When we consult with someone that hasn't been able to return to football, it's always one of these 4 sections that they've got something wrong in, or they've just missed out completely. And the further we go through the steps, the more important they get. So the first stage of things is rejuvenation. This is where we get people's knees out of pain, out of stiffness, bring it back to life and really start to feel like a normal knee again so we can start doing other things. In this stage, we use a lot of movements that not a lot of other people focus on, that utilize, and it's gotten people out of pain really fast. If you think about short range, if you think about concentric dominant movements, if you think about isometrics, the most known out of those is isometrics. But they don't include those other 2, and those other 2 are really the game changer, and that's what we include. So bringing the knees health back to life, start introducing some real light long range, getting loads of heat in there. Because if you think about our body, when something hurts, like if I cut myself right now, our body would bring inflammation and swelling, or if I smash my head on something, it would bring inflammation and swelling. And that's our body's job, to heal it. So it's bringing heat, it's bringing loads of blood, it's bringing loads of stuff into that area to help it to heal. So if you're putting ice on an injury, you're then stopping that process from happening. But that's not what we want to do. We want to speed that process up. So we want to put more heat there, more blood flow, help the body to be able to do what it wants to do, not take away the body's ability to do that. So that's the first stage. And then once the tolerance of the knee is starting to pick up, we then move on to the rebuild stage, where we focus on 2 main things. 1 is rebuilding joint strength, and 2 is rebuilding the mobility of the body. So this to us means strength through flexibility, not just flexibility, not just stretching, but having strength through our full ranges of motion and increasing our ranges of motion. Going through all of that is going to take so long, exactly how we do that, what tools we use, everything like that. So I'm not going to go through that on this video today. If you want to watch that, you can click on another video where I explain that in more detail. But this section is going to be around 2 to 6 months, depending on where you come into the program. Once we are hitting certain standards with the rebuild phase, we then go into the return to sport phase. And this return to sport phase is designed to increase someone's plyometric ability and also what we like to call baller ability. By increasing these 2 things, we ensure that we not only get back to sport, but we stay there for the long term. And I do want to add a slight caveat here, in which there is elements of the other stages in each and every stage, but more heavily is going to be the stuff that is in that stage. For example, in the rebuild phase, there's going to be more joint strength and more mobility, but there's going to be some real light juggling. Like, you don't need 100% bar on back squat, full range of motion to be able to do a few juggles, but you might need it to be able to return to full sport. So we start to build the tolerance in this kind of stuff, in the rebuild and stuff like that as well. Then when we get to the return to sport, we're going to ramp up that side of stuff and maybe ramp down the strength training a tiny bit, just maintain the strength that we have built in the rebuild phase. And after going through these 3 stages, we like to call the 3R system: rejuvenate, rebuild, return to sport. And you'll hear me talk about this over and over again, because you do want this to be what you use. You'll be at the top of the mountain, right? You'll be back to sport, you'll be back to the goal that you had. Oh, I'm back playing football, I'm back with my mates, Saturdays are a dream, we're rolling down to the pub after, life's good, right? But what happens when you get to the top of the mountain? You start to go down the other side, unless you find another mountain that is bigger, right? In life, as humans, once we get this one thing, we think life will be good. But it's not that you just get this one thing and then you stay stagnant. It's like, no, if we're not growing, we're dying. It's the law of the universe. If your marriage isn't getting better, your marriage is getting worse. The goal isn't to get married, it's to stay married and to keep progressing with each other, to keep growing. There is no staying where I am. There is no happiness in one stage of life. It's a progression of things, is when we feel the best, because we are made to expand. The universe is constantly expanding and we're part of the universe, so we need to constantly expand as well. And that's what the bulletproofing phase and the performance phase are for. So the 4th stage is the bulletproofing phase, and then even after that is then the 5th stage of performance phase. But the bulletproofing phase is one where a lot of people mess up as well, because they feel like they're just back to sport and then they let everything go and then they get re-injured again down the line because they don't maintain things, they don't keep getting better. But again, more on those in a future video. Today I really wanted to run you through the 3R system, and then once you're back to sport, we can talk about those bulletproofing and performance phases, which I'll make in another video. But for now, if you want to go through those stages with us one-on-one, all you need to do is click the top link in the description and we'll help you to be able to get there.